And we are back on Capitol Tonight. The New York State Rifle and Pistol Association is quite upset with State Attorney General Eric Schneiderman over his opposition to a bill that is being considered by the U.S. Senate. This bill would allow concealed weapons permits issued in one state to be considered valid in other states. And the Attorney General says this would compromise public safety in New York, which has comparatively strict gun control laws, by forcing it to accept permits issued in states with less strict regulations. However, there are, of course, some strong supporters of this reciprocity bill right here in New York. Joining me now is one of them, the president of the State Rifle and Pistol Association, Tom King. Tom?
Hi, good afternoon.
It is a pleasure to see you.
Pleasure to be here as well.
Okay, so first of all, let's just establish what this is about, and we should also say that it is not coming up for a vote anytime soon.
No.
Right.
Well, we don't know. Supposedly what we're hearing is it will be coming up for a vote this year.
But it's not scheduled, it's not moving,
no.
It's out there in the ether.
It's out there in the ether.
Okay, so
that's
explain just what it would do specifically.
Well, what it would do is it would allow any person who has a handgun permit in any other state to travel to the state of their choice and be legal within that state as long as they observe the rules of the state that they're going to.
Okay, so New York does at this point allow people to carry concealed handguns, do we not?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that there's two forces at work here, and unfortunately, this, like most of the issues, has come down to either a yes or no answer. Okay, there's the anti-gun forces who want to say that any type of gun laws are bad, any type of pro-gun legislation or gun laws are bad, and then on the other side who's saying that we're against everything. Okay, and that's not the case for the most part. What's going on here is that this would be an expansion that the people of the United States want. There are currently 41 states who have reciprocity agreements with others and also have shall issue. And New York is one of the 9 that don't. And it causes a lot of problems for many people that are traveling into the state, for competitions, people who are traveling through the state. There's been numerous arrests of people who were within the preview of the Firearms Owners Protection Act of 1984, which says that you can travel from point A to point C through point B as long as you don't stay there.
But isn't it your responsibility as a gun owner, as it is your responsibility of a car driver, for example, to know the rules from one state to another?
Oh, people do that, okay, but this federal law says that it supersedes. It was written to supersede, and there is an Attorney General opinion, federal opinion, as of 2 years ago that says that you are legal. And this is one of the reasons for the reciprocity, to stop this unfortunate arrest and prosecution of people who are legal.
Does that happen a lot, though? It's not
happens
like that,
more than
really?
you think.
Because
yes,
it's not like we're hearing about a reported rash of legal, law-abiding gun owners.
There's been 7 of them in the past 2 years in Albany, in the Albany County Airport. There's been untold number at the Metropolitan Transportation Authority airports in Kennedy and LaGuardia and Newark. Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing. So the worry, I guess, by the Attorney General is that it would increase the threat of gun violence against New Yorkers, compromise the safety of law enforcement officials, and also their ability to crack down on illegal firearms. So is the fear from the AG, as I can tell, some other state where it's easier to get a gun that has looser laws, and then you would be able to take that gun into New York and use it?
Well, that's what he's attempting to portray, but that's not actually the case. All people who get concealed carry permits go through the same background check. Okay, and it's not like you can walk into say Texas or someplace like that and walk in and buy a firearm without having a background check done on you. Or with the Texas laws to get a concealed carry permit are very akin to the New York State laws. Texas also has open carry, where if you are not a felon, you can go in, you can buy a pistol, but you have to carry it open.
This isn't about, though, we're talking about, we should make a distinction. This isn't about hunters, for example. We're not talking about hunters' rights being abridged because you wouldn't put your shotgun underneath a coat.
Well, no, but the fact is that a lot of people hunt with pistols. That's a growing sport. That's probably growing as fast as archery hunting is growing.
And so, in other words, you're saying actually, yes, it would increase.
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely.
All right, but just to be clear here, we're not terribly surprised. You're talking about Eric Schneiderman. All right, he is a liberal icon at this moment.
Yes.
He is bucking his own president, the Democratic president of the Obama administration, on a settlement with big banks from the mortgage crisis. He is a liberal. Period. So you can't be terrible. You say you're disappointed in the statement that you issued yesterday. You can't be terribly surprised.
Oh no, nor are we surprised. But see, personally, I like Eric. Eric is an honorable person, and I had always hoped that he would be a little bit more candid and open for discussion. And obviously, that's not the case. Okay, I've known.
Well, have you tried to talk to him about this?
Oh yeah, we talked.
Oh, you have spoken to him about this?
Yes.
Okay.
Eric and I have known each other for quite a while, okay? And while I admire him, and I do think that he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do before he got into office, and he's done exactly what he's saying he's going to do all of the years he ran for the Senate. You know, and you look at his supporters who were New Yorkers Against Gun Violence,
sure.
the Brady Group Violence Policy Center.
Sure.
They're, you know, so he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. So no, it doesn't surprise us, but we are disappointed.
Yeah. Well, you also felt the need to establish the fact that you don't agree, clearly.
Sure, absolutely.
Are you worried about what is coming down the road in terms of legislation? You know, in New York, as we've mentioned, there was actually a Republican governor, George Pataki, who signed some very strict gun control, some of the strictest in the nation, and he was a Republican.
Yes.
Now we have Andrew Cuomo. You don't hear a lot in terms of, as governor, his gun policy, although as HUD secretary, he did certainly have an agenda, an anti-gun violence agenda, and he did in the past some hunting.
Yes.
So what is your feeling about the governor going forward?
Well, you know, we're taking a wait-and-see attitude on what the governor is going to do regarding firearms and firearms law. You know, to date now, I think he's doing a pretty fine job with running the state, and he's doing things he's made the tough decisions that needed to be made that other people haven't made.
But are you concerned? There's some legislation out there, the database for ballistics, for example, right? Something that Mayor Bloomberg was pushing. He's a huge anti-gun violence guy, right?
Yes.
And that was something that actually didn't come to fruition in the state Senate, which we thought it would. Is there anything in particular that in this upcoming legislative session you are particularly worried about?
Well, we're worried about the same 55 anti-gun bills that the legislature, that they introduce every year and that are still out there from last year. Yeah, you know, the things that we really worry about, you know, are the 50 caliber ban, microstamping, right. You know, and some of the other sundry things, you know.
Okay, well, we'll expect to hear more from you on that.
Oh, I'm sure that you will.
Not going away. Well, in the meantime, I want to thank you very much for coming in to talk to us about this particular issue. Tom, it's good to see you.
Good to see you again. Thank you very much.